Hey, what's up? It's Jaja here with you. And I honestly don't even think that I should be doing this right now because look at me. I feel like I've been ran over by a Mack truck. And my day isn't over. But I do want to pop in and just get us some energy, whether this reading gets posted or not. I like to remove myself from the space so that the energy isn't biased, because I have a lot going on right now. The world couldn't imagine the amount that I have going on and the intensity of which I feel. Oh my God, all I feel. Thank you, Heavenly Divine Creator and Source, for your love. Please allow me to tap into divine consciousness. Please allow me to be your vessel of love, light, and change. And I know I keep asking for that and it keeps happening. And I keep acting shocked when it keeps happening. But I'm here. And if you can just give me a message for today. I really, 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 really wanted to pray today. Like, I really wanted to go into worship today. And honestly, like, I've had a migraine all day. And I have to do hair in a bit. And I'm cooking right now. And my body and nervous system is still so sensitive over this migraine. I haven't had a migraine in a while. So, I mean, I'm happy about that. But remember the Four Swords reading yesterday? I feel like the Four of Swords and the Six of Swords was telling me a lot about myself today in that aspect, like about resting and healing, because I did a lot of healing and resting, and it was crazy because I was like experiencing a lot of serotonin release, like a lot of like was it serotonin? Like, I don't know, I felt like my body, it's like these like feel good release chemicals. And at the same time I was having a migraine, and at the same time there was electrical work being done in my home all day. But even though like the person who's doing it is, I don't feel any type of way, but still I don't know why I'm even telling you so much right now. Maybe it's because you miss my energy. But if I say that, like if I say that you miss my energy, is that going to make you purposefully make yourself not miss my energy? So then when I say it out loud, it's like you take it away even more? Is that what happens? When I say something out loud, you do the opposite on purpose. I'm annoyed with that a little bit. But I honestly don't care either. Oh yeah, but I do care. I do care. But I don't. But I do. I feel like I gotta yawn. Papa, please, can I get a card? He said, how about 2? Amore. And I did see WD-40 at the gas station, but it was like $8 for the can. And I don't know if that's like a normal price, and I only need like a mini can. All right. So we have the Seeker, which would be Jaja. The Seeker has questions always. 44 being 8. 8 is my number. And then we have the Architect. Number 5, the Architect. I should have some light on in here. Why don't... Oh, the electric... I don't like that overhead light. Okay. So we have a wild rose and a modern garden rose. So what does the seeker want to tell us real quick? And I'm not trying to be here for a half hour either because I got places to be. But I do want to commune, connect, deliver, receive, deliver. Oh, it's the last card. Oh, there's only 44. It's only a deck of 44. Oh, all the roses our knight was holding yesterday. Could be me. Could be you. Doesn't say holding that. Okay. Now the seeker, Mrs. Robert Perry Rose. Mrs. Robert Perry Rose. When we seek, we are often looking to improve an aspect out of our lives. And what we learn along the way can be dropped as we make our way to the finish line. Examine closely your own small successes and enlightened moments. Now is a good time to start a new project, direction, relationship, or cause. It's number 104 at the bottom here. 4 plus 1 is 5, and that's change. Let me close this window. I'm a creature of comfort. Certain things I like to keep the same because I can't overthink too many things in my life. I'm a mama of 3 children and I'm still a whole human. Alright. And certain things come with time later on as perspectives shift, as wants and needs shifts, as fun and pleasure like phase out. The seeker is constantly picking up clues and pieces of knowledge to see how they fit into the world, and they view life as a great adventure. They sometimes don't even have a goal, but are seekers of the thrill of whatever discovery is made along the way. So the meaning and uses is improvement, identity, freedom, motivation, and discovery. And so the astrological sign is Taurus. Okay. So it's Venus. Wait, what's going on here? Now we have the architect. It's a wild rose. Wild roses. Smells like... What does that smell like? Alright. While problems and even seemingly impossible challenges may be arising, this may be the opportunity to create something new or to take a different path to your goal. Be careful not to simply jump onto a new direction just because you desire the outcome, because the foundation will not be sound. So we're building a foundation here with the 4-4, because 4 is stability, 4 corners, 4 walls, 4 legs, 4 double the stability, 4 it's like a table. Saturn, long lasting, trials, tribulations. It's like hard work and time and investment in order to get to what it is that we're going, meaning like we're building a foundation here, but a very strong one. And it looks like there's going to be something that we can build on that foundation. Be careful not to simply jump onto a new direction just because you desire that outcome, because the foundation will not be sound. Are you ready to dedicate yourself to the making and development required? The architect reminds us to be the maker of our own destiny, but to plan carefully and deeply before we set forward on construction. And if you were to look around, you would see that there's actual construction happening within these 4 walls. They're like rewiring so that we can get insulation in this beautiful space. So reconstruction of, it's still basically still working on the foundation to create greater warmth in the future, literally. Yeah, because that 8 is Saturnian, and Saturn is cold, distant, can even be withdrawn, hard to read, hard to connect, hard to contact. But Saturn is exalted in the sign of Libra, which is about contracts and relationships. So we do need a very strong foundation, a very strong structure in long-lasting partnerships, contracts, work environments, etc. It also represents time and age. And so we have the architect and the seeker. And then we have Virgo. Yeah, so they're both. So we have Virgo and Taurus. These are earthly signs, very earthly, material, sensual signs. So we have precision, logic, solutions, investigations, and self-reliance. Let's get one more. I feel like I have to yawn, but it won't come out. Come out, come out. Come out wherever you are. Come out wherever you are. Wherever you are. Wherever you are. The Father. Number 10. Why does that annoy me? That's very Saturn number. 10. 1. 10 completion, ending. It's also a very stressful number. Can be. Because it's like a culmination point. Like the brim to a certain situation is at its capacity. So we have the Father and the Challenger. See, I thought I was annoyed with the energy. The Challenger here with another wild rose. We have 2 wild roses. Oh, look at another 4. 4, all these 4s, I mean, and then number 1 is about beginnings. We have a mountain rose and a Scotch rose. So let's see what the Father has to say with 10, 1. The real power to begin anything in your life is ultimately yours. Though you may be influenced, blocked, or gifted with opportunities, it is up to you to create the action needed for making a foray out into the world. Perhaps patience is needed, or more study before your plans can unfold. Or maybe you are trying to do something that is truly not aligned, with your passions, values, and calling. The Father takes time to make trusted decisions that others can rely on. They are courageous and capable while inspiring a quiet type of leadership that is comforting and steadfast. So we obviously have a man here. We have a father figure here. It says protection, courage, guidance, steady, authority. Oh, and Capricorn. Oh, I knew there was some freaking Saturnian. Oh, does that say Saturn too? Yo. Saturn, Uranus, Demeter, and Capricorn. I knew I felt some cold-ass Capricorn, distant, detached, like, because the architect, if we think about Capricorn, Capricorn is the builder. Capricorn is like wood and buildings and structures and when I think of corporate, think of Capricorn. When I think of large buildings, I think of Capricorn, Saturn, steel, right? So we have the architect and the father. So this is the man or masculine energy or figure who is reconstructing his foundation in order to welcome in a new beginning. And this is on so many levels, but what happens is that we have to keep going back and making corrections of the past. So like, let's say that we built something, just like, you know, and this could also be like putting upgrades onto a situation. But like, let's say we upgraded something or we created a situation, and now we're moving on to the next step. But before we can move on to the next step, we realize that this lighting is not flattering, and I think I need a wax. We come back before we can move on to the next step to solidify our foundation so that we could have a warmer future. We go and we realize that there are some mistakes in the wiring. The lines are crossed, literally. The lines are crossed, literally. So we're going back to the foundation. We're going back into the walls, right? Because there's no point in continuing to build a structure when the foundation is faulty. So there's a lot of foundational work occurring here with the Father, the Architect, the Seeker, and the Challenger. I mean, the Seeker and the Challenger, the Architect, the Father, the Rose. I mean, this is someone, there's a need for discipline here. And it's not all fun and roses like what we have here, because none of this is fun to me. The Father, the Seeker, the Architect. And then let's take a look at the Challenger with the 4. Oh, yeah, and then we have the Challenger. We have 4, 5. So we have a succession from 4, 5. That's nice. So we're working in tandem here. I mean, there's some sort of flow. We're not completely out of sync. When challenges arise, it must be remembered that success is just a fleeting moment and not the catalyst of change. The way we react and experience a challenge is where the adversity or challenge shapes us. A knee-jerk reaction based purely on a feeling may appear as strength to others, sometimes that's me, but the outcome is usually short-lived. There's very Mars energy. It appears to be very Marsian to me. The challenger rises decisively to meet the challenge, and how they deal with it will always be more worthy than any failure or even victory. Take a moment to plan. There's that planning again. To gather all the resources, and the information, the architect required before taking the next step. You see that? So we're making some minor and or major adjustments to the foundation right now before we can move forward. We have leadership, inspiration, truth, persuasion, and power. So there's a double energy here of leadership, but that leadership being challenged in a way. And it could be, you know, the seeker itself feeling challenged by its need to create and to take the next step in life, or to take the next role in life, or to take the next notch up in life. I mean, it's like we are on this but with the 4s, and we have 2 4s, we have a lot of fours, so there's like a lot of levels here that we're working on. And at the top of that level is a position of leadership, but it's also like a father energy or a father entity, someone who can really take care of that whole structure. But it looks like the father is in his architect mode. He's building, he's creating, he's planning, he's revising. And in this revision and this planning, it's very masculine energy. It's very heady. There's no warmth here just yet. And the reason why there's no warmth is because, you know, we're seeking the solutions for this current level that we're on in order to get to the next step, which will bring the coziness, which will bring the warmth, which will bring the harbor, which will bring the next step to our evolution. But for right now, it's just like we're patching holes. I think a few months ago, I did a reading on something like this, but let me see. Let me pull an energy card out. That is nice energy, to be honest, even though it's like, it's a lot of like reworking. When I think of an architect, I think of a blueprint. When I think of a blueprint, I think of mathematics and precision and deep details. And every detail and every piece of information that the father is gathering, or this energy or this leader is gathering, is very important. Because even with one step missed, or with one detail missed, or one faulty leak, I mean, the whole place can come crashing down. See, my mood is slightly lifting already, and I can't wait to eat. And then I'm off to the boutique. Everybody knows, no me siento bien. I feel like shit today. I feel like very cacas. Power, spiritual strength, There's a lot of self-control here, because when I see this Power card, it reminds me of the Strength card in the tarot, and that's the female, like, taming her lion, taming her beast, taming her power. And that's a lot with the Challenger energy, is like taming the impulse to rush things, or taming the impulse to challenge every single dilemma, but also to look at dilemmas from a positive perspective and learning how to face them and or correct them with power and spiritual strength as we grow. I mean, I think a lot of this, oh, this is so beautiful. The shadow, the strength, spiritual strength and power. This is so, this energy, this energy is bomb right here. Look at this power and sense of control. Look at the 8. Look at this power and control, and the control of the animus, the control of the anima, the control of the wild side, taking power, creating structure, becoming a leader, right? Because that Challenger card was actually a Leo card. I wanted to say Mars, but it didn't say Mars. It said Leo. And then look at the spiritual strength, upholding a structure, requiring discipline, but also the facing of the shadow. Look at the 1 and the 8. Didn't I give you 1 and 8? Look at the 1 and the 8. Okay? Taking a look at our duality and taking a look at our challenging aspects and confronting them as we grow and uphold our foundation and continue to take a leadership role. So yeah, the time right now, the energy is really serious, and there's a lot of healing and recuperation as well as recuperating happening here. Shit. I mean, it looks like someone's coming into their power. It looks like someone's really planning deeply and looking into their future as well, but really deciding to take on spiritual strength and to look at themselves square in the eye and to really look at the foundations in which they have grown, the foundations in which they have laid, the foundations in which they have set into place. And this could be you. This is me every day. This is probably you. And just like preparing for a better future, which requires like a level of calculation, a level of certainty, a level of fixation, a level of control, withdrawal, because I mean, again, logic and numbers and mathematics and blueprints. I look at soul blueprints. I look at your spiritual blueprint, but something like creating a life, or creating a foundation, or creating a home, or a family, or a business, just requires this level of seriousness and detachment. And if you're dealing with those types of energies right now, here you go. And if you were kind of wanting to just understand what's happening behind the scenes, then here you go. And this is what I have for you today. I'm already like at 23 minutes. I didn't even want to go here, but I did. So I'll talk to you soon. Later. God bless you. Mwah.